Now, from here, the next question we're going to deal with now is going to be the table shows some values for y is equal to this, y is equal to 5x squared minus x cubed minus 4. Now we're asked to copy the table, complete the table. Simple question. It's very easy. Now, how do we complete this? I'm going to be fast with it. Let's start with the first one, minus 1. Y is equal to 5 brackets, put minus 1, minus, there's minus 1 again, so power 3, minus 4. Everything here, if you impute it in your calculator, it will give us 2. Please try to impute that 5 open brackets minus 1 square. You know, minus 1 square is what? 1. Okay? 1 times 5 is 5. Minus 1 raised to the power of 3 is minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 is plus 1. So it would now be 5 plus 1, which is 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. So what is going to be here is 2. Go to the next one, 1 now. Y is equals to 5 open bracket 1 square minus 1 raised to the power 3 minus 4. So this one is going to be 5 minus 1 minus 4. 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. Here is 0. Do the next one. Y is equals to 5 open bracket 4 square minus 4 raised to the power 3 minus 4. So we are going to have 4 square is 16. Now, 4 square is 16. 16 times 5. You do 4 square, which is 16. 16 times 5. That will give us 80. So this one is 80 minus 4 raised to the power of 3. 4 raised to the power of 3 is 64 minus 4. So you do 80 minus 64 minus 4. What will it give us? It will give us 12. That will give us 12. So here now will give us 12. Very simple. You have done justice to this table and you have gotten your 3 marks. Very easy. You can see that IGCSE questions, they are easy to solve. You only need to be very, very careful, extremely careful whenever you are dealing with those questions. Is that taken on? So that is for that there. Now let's take another, let's go to the next question. We have to draw this graph. On the grid, we should draw this graph. No, so we're going to draw it now. So when it's minus 2, this minus 2 here, here is 20. So each of these units is one unit. So we are going to have 20 here. We have 24. When is S is so 24, now this 21, 22, 23, 24, 24 here. So I'm going to use another color to do this. Let me see. Excuse me. Excuse me, please. So we're going to use a different color so that you see the beauty of the graph that is going to come out. Okay. So I have this. So here is 20 now, 21, 22, 23, 24 here. 24 is here. So I have 24 here. So how you can, let's asterisk it is better. Let's asterisk this guy here. I'm putting the graph now. It's simple. It's simple. So we have 24 there. So when it's minus 1 is 2. So we're going to 1, 2. Now when it's 0, it's minus 4. Minus 4 are coming down. So it is going to be here. When it is 1 is 0. 1 is 0, it will be here on this. Is that taken? Then when it is 2, it's 8. 8 is here. Because after 8, 9, 10. When it is 3, it's 14. 14. 10 is here. 11, 12, 13, 14. Then when it is 4, it's 12. 12 is here. We're coming down now. When it is 5, minus 4. Minus 4 is here. So you are going to join this guy up. You're going to join them up. Sorry, I need to put this back. So I have this now. So you have this like this here. If you have your French curve, you can use it to join them. If you have your French curve, you can use it to join them so that you have a beautiful curve. So this is what I have. This is what we call sinusoidal graph. It's a sinusoidal graph. It's moving like a waveform. Is that taken off? So that is for this. Any question, please? So we are done with the big question. Now let's go to the C part. Let's go to the C part. For us to solve the C part, now I want us to look at something here. From the beginning, this is the relation given. I want us to look at that now. So from that relation given, I'll have y is equal to 5s squared minus s cubed minus 4. Yeah, this is the relation. Yeah, let me confirm that. Yes, it's correct. So this is from the relation. This is what I have. So if I rewrite this, I can have it like this: minus s cubed. I can have plus 5s squared minus 4. Yes, I just decided to rewrite it so that it will go according to their power, which is from 3 to 2, like that. So from here, I can rewrite this by saying s cubed minus 5s squared. I'm dealing with this now. I'm dealing with this one now. The first one is a relation. So the first one now I have is this, which is this one here, minus 5s squared. Then I have minus s minus I think, yeah, plus 4 plus 10. Why did I have that? This is 14. I need to put it like this: plus 4 plus 10. That would be easy in formula. So this again, you can rewrite it the way I've written this one. I don't know whether I understand what I'm doing. So if I rewrite it the way I've written this, or bringing out this now, what I'm going to have now is going to be minus s cubed. I also have plus 5s squared plus s, yeah, plus s minus 4 minus 10 equal to 0. They are the same thing there. So I have this one. I can collect the right hands here. I can rearrange it, I mean. So I have minus s cubed, yes, minus s cubed plus 5s squared minus 4, yes. Then plus s minus 10 equal to 0. I just rearrange what I have up there. Now, if you check the whole of this to this place here, you agree with me that it's the same thing with this one. It's the same thing with what I have here. That means I'm going to replace it with y. So it's going to be y plus s minus 10 equal to 0. So from here now, if you make y the subject, you're going to have y is equal to minus s plus 10. This is what you have. So if you have this guy now, and you compare it with, this is a straight line, you compare it with y is equal to ms plus c, it means that m is our gradient and c is our intercept. So I'm going to use that to draw our line now, our graph here. So for us to get that, intercept is positive 10, so it will be here. Then your gradient, which is negative. So for us to have a negative value now, it's just for you to have it in this form, okay, which is negative 1. You are going to have move down 1, which is to this place. Then you take it to 1 here, which is going to be here. So why is it, did I move down? Because it's a negative. So I'm going down like this now. So which is I have there. So you can bring your ruler, you can take your ruler and join this guy up. Please don't mind my ruler, my line for now, because although I'll need it. So let me just start to draw it very well because I'll need it to do a lot of things there. So the first one, 10. Why did I have 10 there? So I'm going to use another pen so that you see the beauty of this coming out. So I'm going to use another pen now. So why did I have that 10? Because it is the what? The intercept, which is on 10. Then the gradient to -1, which will come down to 1 here. So from here, join it up. So I'm going to also join this one up. Easy. So put your ruler, please, and join it. Ruler. So in this ruler here, this is y is equal to -s plus 10. That is the graph. So you are going to take this one down. All the points that they intersect here, they also intersect at these points here. So you trace them up and take all the values that you have there. So all the values I have here is what I'm going to write down inside here. So here now it's going to be 1.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. So I have -1.7, that is the first one. After that, I have 2, which is this one. And after that, this is 2.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. So I have 2.6. So that is what I have there. So please try as much as possible to go over this class and see how you can be able to. Then when you don't have, if you have any questions to ask, you can still send me a message and we'll say, look at it again. Is that taken? Okay, it's supposed to be 4.6.
So have a look at it.
4.6. This is it here. 4.6, not 2. It's 4.6. It's 4.6 because if you count from this one, the point here down, that is when you get that. Let's go to the next question. For the next question here, which is question 15, I want us to look at this. For this, height. Now, in the case of height here, we have frequency, right? Now, I need the value of my S first. So I need this value of S first. How do I get my value of S? It's simple. How do I get the value of what? Of S? It's simple. So for us to get the value of X, just add 160 plus 180. Pick up your calculator now, everybody. 160 plus 180, which will give us 340, divided by 2, 170. Then you also do, that will give us 180 plus 185, 365. That will give us 365. 365 divided by 2. If you divide it by 2, it will give us 182.5. Do this one as well. 185 plus it with 190. You have 375 divided by 2. That will give us 187.5. 187.5. That is what we. Okay. So when you do 190 plus it with 200, then you divide it by 2, will give us 195. Do the same thing. 200 plus 210, then you divide it by 2, will give us 205. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because the formula for my mean is this: summation of f of s all over summation of f. So I'm going to do summation of f of s now. F of s is going to be 170 times 7 plus it with 182.5 times 12 plus it is 187.5 times it by 31 plus it with 195 times 70 plus it with 205 times 20. Divide it by summation of f. Summation of f is just the addition of that, which is 7 plus 12 plus 31 plus 70 plus 20. Please, somebody will try to do this calculation for me. So you do 170 times it by 7, that will give us 1190 plus 182.5 times it by 12, that is 2190, plus it with 187.5 times it by 31, that will give us 5812.5 plus 195 times it by 70. Yeah, that will give us 13650 plus 205 times it by 20. 205 times it by 20. That will give us 4100. You will now divide it by, when you add the downside there, it will give you 140. Now add the power, the numerator, I mean. So you are going to do 1190 plus it with 2190 plus it with 5812.5 plus it with 13650 plus it with 4100. So that will give us, the numerator will give us this answer. Excuse me. So the numerator will give us this answer, which is going to be 26942.5. You divide it by 140. So when you divide this answer by 140, that will give us 192.4. So this is the mean. 0.446. So this is the mean that we have. So we can just say we estimate it. So this is the mean that we have. This is one of the easiest way of finding mean.
A lot, and you're like, okay, do you have a private tuition? Don't you have? Do you have? And yes, Ajiro Tech do have a private tuition. So by my right, you can see that we have for the EdExcel and Cambridge IGCSE, and yes, we do have for all subjects. Okay, all subjects. Okay, the popular ones that's always been in demand is mathematics, English language as a second language. Okay, we have physics, we have biology, we have chemistry, and we have the flagship, which is ICT, just here and there. We also have business studies. So if you're interested for a private tuition, I think all you have to do is send an email to the sales team at ajirotech@gmail.com, and they would reply to you, talk about your time zone, talk about, and the fee is really quite affordable. Really, it's really quite affordable. It's when you look at it across other tutoring service, I think this is the one that's quite affordable, and you get the very best of service. We also have for the E-levels as well, and also for the EdExcel. So we have for the Cambridge E-levels and EdExcel E-levels. Okay, and we have also across the subject mathematics, which is usually the hot cake when it comes to E-level, mathematics and chemistry, and then biology. These are usually one of the ones we have in demand always, all the time, even physics, for E-level. So all you have to do, if you're watching this right now and you are interested for a private tuition, then you can do yourself a solid, okay, and send an email to the sales team at ajiro@gmail.com, and they will reply to you.
Are you here with me? This is the easiest way of finding mean. Now the next question is this. Two players are choosing at random. Find the probability that both players have height greater than 190. Check your table. Greater than 190, it falls here. So that means the probability of doing that now greater than 190. They say half greater than 190, but there's a condition, but not more than 200. That means the probability is going to be 70 over 140 times it by 69. I'm going down. I have to go there. It should not be more than. That is what it means. So over 140. So from this place, you can use your calculator. 70 times 60, 69 will give us 4830. Divided by 140 times 140. That will give us 19600. So we have 4830 divided by 19600. If you divide this guy here, it will give you 69 over 280. You can even write it as a decimal. 69 divided by 280. That is when you do 69 divided by 280, that will give you something like 0.2464. So that will give you the answer there. So whatever ones you feel is best for you to leave your answer, because they didn't specify it. So don't go and disturb yourself. Oh, they specified. They did not specify that at all. So that is for that there. Now, we are going to look at this one. We are going to complete the histogram. That is what they asked us to do here. We are going to complete this histogram. Now, how do we complete this histogram? It's simple. We need this table. We need this table. And for us to get this table, I'm going to do a lot of things here. We need to get what we call class width. We need to get what is called class width. Okay, so from here, I need to let me write this formula under here so that summation of f of s all over summation of f. Now, I need two things for me to get histogram. First, class width. And the next one is what? Frequency density. These two things, we must find them. We must find them. Now, how do we get class width? You do 180 minus 160. 180 minus 160. What is the answer? Anybody? Can anybody try for me? Now, I want us to see how we can do the class width of it. So whenever you want to get the class width, it's as simple as ABCD. So you just need to do your work very well and see how you can. So let's first do 180. I'm coming, please. (180) minus 160. That will give us 20. Okay, 20 divided by 10. That will give us 2 here. So you do the same thing. 185. I think this one is supposed to be 20 here. Then 185 minus 180. Yeah, it's just subtract them. It will give you the class width. 185 minus that is 5. Yeah. 190 minus 1, this is what? 5. Yes, that is correct. Then this 200 minus 190, that is 10 here. Then this one, 210 minus this, that is 10. This is how you get your. So just minus the height. Now, FD, that is the frequency density. The frequency density has the formula, which is frequency all over the class width. Don't forget this, frequency all over the class width. So do 7 divided by 20. 7 divided by 20, that will give you 0.35. Here, now 0.35 here. This one, 12 divided by 5. That will give us 2.4. Now, 31 divided by 5. 35 divided by 5, that will give us 6.2. 6.2. 70 divided by 10, that will give us 7. 20 divided by 10, that will give us 2. This is how you get your class width. Please, frequency density. Take note of what this formula for frequency density. Class width is just the difference. 180 minus 160 will give us a class width. That is simple. Why I'm doing this, because I need those tables to get my graph, to draw this graph out. So first of all, let's start with the first one. The first one is this. If you look at the graph here, this is frequency density, and this is the height. So the first frequency density is 3.5. So you go back here, 3.5. So this is 1 here. So that means here is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So I need 3.5. 3.5 will be here. Will be at the middle here. So you are going to use your ruler to draw this, and that will give you from 180, right? So it's going to be here at the middle. Sorry, I need this erased. Please, I don't know where my ruler is on this board at the moment, but we'll see how we can find out this. So here is this. 180 is at the middle of between 2 and 4. And here. Let's go back. Next guy is 2.4. 2.4. 2.4 will be up here, because here will be 2. 2.4 will be there. 2.4 will be where? 185. Where is 185? This 180. The first one is 180, right? Yes, it's 180. So it will be 180 to 185 now. 180 to 185. So here is 60. They are all one of them. So 180 here, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. 85. So I'm going to draw 85 will stop here. This is where this one is today. Then go to the next one. Use your ruler, please. Let's go to the next one. 185 to 190, which is 6.2. So our 6.2 now, this is here is this is 2, 4, 6. 6.2 here. Remember, it's to 190. Is it then next guy? Next guy, 190 to 200 is 7. 190 to 200 is 7. This is 2, 4, 6. So 7 will be somewhere up a little. It's not up to 8. It's not up to 8. So this is what you get. So this is your histogram that you are meant to draw. Very easy. So you need to follow the rules. Now, please, the frequency density here is just, if you look at it very well, they are very, very simple and short there. Wait. So sorry, please. So sorry. Our graph here is wrong. We need to correct that immediately. But the first one is correct. The first one is correct. So sorry. So, okay. So let's do it again. I'm going to use another pen. Another pen. Let me use this. So this is the first one here. First one is here. So I have it here. Now the next one is 2.4. 2.4 is going up to here. So this is supposed to be. I'm sorry. 2.4 to 85 is 81, 82, 83, 84, 85 in here. That is the first one. The next one is 6.2. 6.2 is going up to this up here. 6.2 is here. So take it here again. So this is the next one. Let's go to the next one again. The next one is 7. 7. We even have 7 on the board there. So 7 is to what? 7 is 200. Oh, so it's 185 to what? 185 to 190 is 6.2. 190 to 200. 200, yeah, it's correct. So we have this. It's 7 there. So we'll just write to this. So this is how the histogram looks like. Please, so sorry about that. I just have to make that correction. Very, very important. All right, so we have this now. So I just need to make this correction very important. So please take note about the histogram that I did there. Now, let's look at question number 16. For question number 16, let's see where Matthew invest $1,250 at the rate of this per year compound interest. At the end of 6 years, the total value of his investment is this. Calculate the value of R. So when you do this, we're going to have A is equal to P, open bracket, 1 plus R, or raised to the power of T. So this is the formula that we're going to make use of. So if you write it again, you're going to have A is equals to P, open bracket, 1 plus R over 100, or T. So this is what we have. So from here, the amount here is this. If you watch critically, the amount here is this guy. So which you are going to have 1484 is equal to P, which is the principal. What is the principal here? So the principal here gives us 1,250, yeah. 1,250 brackets 1 plus the rate is what we are looking for, all over 100. Already time, the number of years is 6 years. So let's solve this together. I think when you divide both sides, let's divide both sides by 1250 so that it will clear out from here. So I'm going to have 1 plus R over 100 all raised to the power of 6 is equal to so we are going to have 1484 divided by 1250. So we have this answer here. If you divide this guy, it will give you an answer which is a 1.1872. So if you let's remove the 6 there. If you remove it now, I can say let's take the 6th root. Let's take the 6th root of 1.1872. So if you press your calculator, 1 plus R over 100 is equals to, you're going to press the 6th root of that. So when you press the 6th root of it now, 6th root of 1.1872. 1.1.872 will give us something like this, which is 1.0290. Press 6th root. Why is this? Because this is here. So from here, I have R over 100 is equal to 1.0290 minus 1. So I have R over 100 is equal to, when you minus, take 1 minus 1. So you get something like, which is 0.0290. So how do we get R? R now will be equal to 100 times it by 0.0290. So you are going to have 100 times it by 0.0290. So that will give us 2.9 as our rate. So we have 2.9 as our rate. So that is our answer to that question.
Mathematics is more than numbers. It's the language of logic, problem solving, and precision. At Ajiro Tech Tutoring, we make math make sense. From algebra and geometry to statistics and calculus, vectors, and all. Our expert tutors bring clarity and confidence to every topic. We specialize in all major exam boards, AQA, EdExcel, and Cambridge International, helping students prepare effectively for their GCSE, IGCSE, and A-level exam. Each lesson is personalized, interactive, and focused on building understanding that lasts. And now, we're proud to be officially registered right here in England, UK, offering you trusted, high quality online tutoring that meets British educational standard. Because when students understand the why behind the numbers, success becomes inevitable. Begin your journey today at ajirotech.com or message our sales team info@ajirotech.com or ajirotech@gmail.com. Ajiro Tech Tutoring, where understanding leads to excellence.
Please, any question, please? Any question? No question, right? So let's take the next question, question 17. Question 17. The first question here, this is a diagram. The diagram shows an equilateral. Good. Now we have to find AD. Where is AD? Look at AD here. So first of all, check where the AD is. Now, if we are given the AD, you can see the AD here, and I want to get that AD. But I think it's best if you look at the triangle ABD. ABD is a triangle. Two sides are given an included angle. Let's use cosine rule. So if I want to get, I can say AD square is equal to, I'm using cosine rule to get that now. AD square is equal to, you can write AB square, yes, plus BD square minus 2 bracket AB, BD cos angle B. This is cosine rule. Two sides, these two sides, and an included angle. So let's substitute. So we're going to have AB 9.6 square, BD 12.1 square, minus 2 bracket AB. AB is 9.6, BD 12.1, times it by cos 56 degrees. Cos 56 degrees. So we have this now. So from here, we can say 9.6. You can do them at once there. Let's do it at once so that you can just press that 9.6 square, 9.6 square plus 12.1 square minus 2, open bracket, 9.6. Please follow me the way we're doing it with the calculator. Open bracket, 12.1, then multiply by cos 56. So you have this. When you do that, okay, so let's do it again. 9.6 square. Let's do it one after the other, please. 9.6 square. Let me do it at once. Plus 12.1 square. You square it. 12.1 square minus 2, open brackets, 9.6, close the brackets, open bracket, 12.1, times it by cos 56. So I have, when you do everything there, to give you 108.6583. So you're going to get AD now. Just take the square root. 10 because of the square here. So 108.6583. So you take the square root of that there, which is going to give us 10.42. So I have 10.42 as my answer to the AD. Now let's look at the next one, which is obtuse angle BDC. What is BDC? You need to identify that B. Where is D? Where is D? B, BDC. Obtuse. You know what is obtuse now? The outside angle there. Okay. So if we look at that now, let's first get this angle. Let's first get the angle. So for us to get that angle, we can use sine rule. Yeah, sine rule, because all the sides, the two sides are given and one angle. We can use sine rule. Yes. Let's use sine rule. So for us to get that angle D, we also get the angle D, and we're using triangle BDC. Yeah. So let's get this angle. So we can say 15.8 all over sine D. Yeah, sine D is equal to 12.1 divided by sine 47. So this is the sine rule we're going to use to get that problem. So from here, let's cross multiply. So which is 12.1 sine D is equal to 15.8 sine 47. So divide this by 12.1. 12.1. This one will cancel this. So I'm going to get sine D now will be equal to, do this at once, that is 15.8 sine 47, which will give us 11.55 divided by 12.1. So when you do this, it will give, when you simplify 15.8 times it by sine 47 divided by 12.1, it will give us this answer, 0.9549. So our D now is equal to, take the sine inverse. So our D is equal to sine inverse of it. So when you take the sine inverse of that, it will give us 72.474 in degrees. So if you want to get the obtuse now, because what they're asking us is obtuse, so you just do 180 minus 72.74. So when you do 180 minus that now, 180 minus 72.74, it will give us 107.26. So that is the obtuse angle. Any question? Now, if you look at the next question, it says we should calculate the area of the quadrilateral. Now, this quadrilateral here is made up of two triangles. So if we can get the area of the triangle, the other one triangle, the other triangle, now we'll get the area of it there. So for here, what you just need to do is this. You need to get the area. And area of triangle is what? Let me say area of triangle, because there are two triangles there. So area of triangle, sorry. So area of triangle now is equals to half base times height. So you can substitute, because we have two triangles that makes up this quadrilateral. Since we have two triangles that makes up this quadrilateral, the first one is what? ABD, and the other one is what? ABC. So when you bring the two of them together, it gives you that quadrilateral. So what we have here is going to give us 1/2. What is the base of the first one? The base of the first one, what is it going to be? Let's see. Okay, that is AD. AD is the base of the first one. Okay, or you can do whatever you have there, which is the other one there, 10 point what? AD is the first one, which is 10.42. 10.42, yeah. You do times 10.42 times it by the height. There's no height here, which is 12.1. Yeah, there's height. 12.1. Or let me see. Let's use the base. Since it's this thing here, I'm coming. I'll use this one. Excuse me, I need to erase something there. So what I need to put here is 9. Let me use 9.6 as the base, times it by the height, which is 12.1. Yeah. So 12.1 is the first, the other one. The next one now is going to be plus 1/2 times the base there. The base there, which is 12.1, times by the height of it, which is, oh, sorry, and we need to do something here. There's an angle. There's an angle. I just remember this now. There's an angle in this triangle. And since there's an angle in the triangle, so that means I'll have, I don't need to use this formula. I don't need to use this formula. So I will use something like this. AB, since there's an angle, because I don't have formula, AB sine theta. This is it. Let's use this. Let's use this one. This one is going to give us the accurate answer. Why? Because there's an angle involved. So there's an angle involved there. So we are going to make use of this one and see how we can do this. So let's continue. Here is going to be 1/2 here. So we have 9.6 times 12.1 times it by sine theta. And that sine theta there is what? Sine 56. You plus it. 1/2 times it by the other one, which is 12.1, times it again by the other one is 15.8. Yeah, 15.8 is there. So we have 15.8 times it again by sine. What is the angle there? It's 47 by sine 47. Sine 47. Okay, I think my pen went right to that point. So I need to erase some of this guy here. So we have this 12.1 times it by, what is the height here? We know that the height actually is what? 15.8 times it by sine 47. Yeah, degrees. Please always remember your degrees. So we are going to do this. So you can solve this one at once. Just do half is 0.5. So do 0.5 times 9.6 times 12.1 times sine 56. This one here will give us this answer, which is a 48.151. Plus it with the other one now. So 0.5 times it by 12.1 times it by 15.8 times it by sine 47. So when you do this, it will give us 69.910. So you can add them. Can add it together, 48.151. So that will give us this answer as 118.06. 118.06. So you can even do it at once. Let's try it and solve at once. Let's see if it will give us the answer. 1/2. Just press your calculator. 1/2 times it by 9.6 times it by 12.1 times it by sine 56. Sine 56. You now plus 1/2 again, which is 0.5. So 1/2, 0.5, 1/2, 1/2 times it by 12.1 times it by 15.8 times it by sine 47. So that is 118.06 in centimeters. So that is the area of the quadrilateral. Heads up. Hey, okay, I just noticed that now. It's supposed to be sine 25.7 because we're looking for the obtuse angle there. this is the angle here. It's supposed to be 25.7. Let me see if I use this angle, I'll get. So this is 0.5, 0.5 times 12.1 times it by 15.8 times it by sine 25.7. Okay, I have 41.453. So if I add it up with this guy, I add it up with this guy here. So if I add this plus 48.151, this is, I have, right now I have, if you add this one together, sir, you have 89.60.
Okay, how did you get this sine 25.7?
Yeah, it's an angle from the question here. You know, we are dealing with, if you look at this area, they say area of the quadrilateral itself. So if we are dealing with the triangle, we will need to find that angle there, which is 25 there, which is an acute there. So when you do 90 minus 72.74, we'll give you that. Now, let's look at this now and see what we are going to do. So please, if you have any question, drop your question down with based on what we have done so far. So good. Is that okay? So let's see the next question here. We have to write this, which is we are given 2s squared plus 12s plus 12s minus 5. Okay, so what we just need to do here is very simple. If we simplify this one, well, with 2 brackets s squared plus 6s, yeah, minus 5. That is what we get. Is it minus 5 or minus 2? Minus 2. So sorry. So there is minus 2 here, minus 2. So what we are going to do, we're going to factorize the coefficient of s here, which is 6. 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 squared is 9. Okay, that will give us 9, plus or minus 9. So if we have plus or minus 9, now I'm going to do something here now, which is going to be 2 open brackets s squared. I'm going to create s squared plus 6s plus 9 minus 9. I'm going to add it here to this factor. Then I have minus 2. So this is what I'll have. So from here, you can simply open the bracket. Because of the 2 here, you are going to have 2 open bracket s squared plus 6s plus 9. I can do it like this. Yes, you can do it like this. Plus 2 brackets minus 9. I just need to do is to split them out. Minus 2. I have something like this now. Then this guy here now will give us something like this. 2 open bracket. If you factorize it, it will be 3 s plus 3 square. And if you expand it, s plus 3 square now will give us s square plus 6s plus 9, because it's a perfect square. So we are going to have it as what? Minus 18 minus 2. So final answer is going to be 2s plus 3 all squared minus 20. Now, you see what they're asking you? A. Who will tell me A now? The A now is the coefficient of the bracket, which is 2. Then what is B? B is plus 3. And what is C? Minus 20. Or you can just say 20. Since it says it's just that there. So let's put it as 20. So this is the answer to that question.
A lot, and you're like, okay, do you have a private tuition? Don't you have? Do you have? And yes, Ajiro Tech do have a private tuition. So by my right, you can see that we have for the EdExcel and Cambridge IGCSE, and yes, we do have for all subjects. Okay, all subjects. Okay, the popular ones that's always been in demand is mathematics, English language as a second language. Okay, we have physics, we have biology, we have chemistry, and we have you know the flagship, which is ICT, just here and there. We also have business studies. So if you're interested for a private tuition, I think all you have to do is send an email to the sales team at ajirotech@gmail.com, and they would reply to you, talk about your time zone, talk about, and the fee is really quite affordable. Really, it's really quite affordable. It's when you look at it across other tutoring service, I think this is the one that's quite affordable, and you get the very best of service. We also have for the E levels as well, and also for the EdXL. So we have for the Cambridge E levels and EdXL E levels. Okay, and we have also across the subject mathematics, which is usually the hot cake when it comes to E level mathematics and chemistry, and then biology. These are usually one of the ones we have in demand always, all the time. Even physics, for E level. So all you have to do, if you're watching this right now and you are interested for a private tuition, then you can do yourself a solid, okay, and send an email to the sales team at ajiro@gmail.com, and they'll reply to you.
All right. Now let's look at the next question here. Now, if I want to solve this question, now there are two this thing here. That says the diagram shows a major sector of a circle with radius 7.5 cm. Calculate the perimeter. Now, if you want to get the perimeter, what is perimeter? So perimeter is the addition of all the sides. Let's get the inner, this one here, the angle there. So if I want to get that angle, I'll do 360 minus 125, angle at a point. So 360 minus 125, can tell me the answer. It's your calculator. 360 minus 125, that will give us 235. So this place now is 235. So let's get the arc length. This arc here. The formula is this. I'm going to drop the formula now for perimeter. The perimeter of the major sets of IT is equal to 2r plus theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So I'm going to get something that is 2 open bracket. What is the r there? The r here, yeah, let's use it directly like this. It's better. The r there is 7.5. Why the 2r? Because of this, there are 2r here now. Here is going to be 7.5 as well. So this plus it again with theta is 235 over 360 times it by 2 times 22 over 7 times the radius, which is what? 7.5. So that is what you do. So from here, 2 times 7.5. 2 times 7.5. You do that and put the answer, which is 15. Let's multiply this one here, which is 235 times 2 times 22 times 7.5. That will give us 77550 divided by 2520. When you do 360 times 7 to give us that. So we have 15 plus 7 divided by 2520. That will give us an answer as 30.7738. So add it to 15. When you add it to 15, that will give us 45. 45.7738, of which in centimeter, it says perimeter. So you can just leave it there like that and write your 45.77 as your answer there. So that is your perimeter of the major segments. So if you look at the next question here, this one is easy as well. We just want to see how we can see the all. Now, the diagram is a pyramid here, and the pyramid has a square base, a square base pyramid. Is that a square base pyramid? So, and the vertex is O, is vertically above the center of the base, and the height of the pyramid is 24 centimeter. Look at the height. The height is OM. So the question is this: calculate the angle that OA makes with the base. OA makes with the base. That is the angle we are going to look at. So where is OA? This is OA, the angle it makes with the base. Now, first of all, for us to get that angle, let's get AC. See AC from here to here. And that from here to here, I think that will be hypotenuse here. It's hypotenuse. So let's get AC first. So AC is going to be AC square is going to be 10.5 square plus 10.5 square again. So that will be AC square is equals to 10.5 square is what? 10.5 square. That will give us 110. 10.5 square is 110.25 plus 110 again 0.25 because it's a square base number. So AC is equals to, when you add it, 110.25, that will give you an answer which is 220. Point what? 5 here. So here is a C square. At this point, I can bring it in. So 220.5, square root of it. So the square root of 220.5 now we're going to give us AC. So you press square root of 225 is to give us an answer as 14.85. So that is our AC, which is also in cm. But the angle we are looking for is to the, so let's first get AM. AM now is half of AC. So it's going to be, for us to get AM, we just need to do half of what? AC. So it's going to be AC divided by 2. So that is 14.85 divided by 2. That will give us, you do 14.85 divided by 2. That will give us 7.425. 7.425. I've gotten AM from here to here. So I can use that to get my angle now. So you can use that to get your angle, which is this angle. So this is adjacent, and I also got this place now, which is 7.4. So adjacent over hypotenuse is tan. No, sukatwa. Suka. So I think if you look at this, yeah, we have this now. So they says the angle OA. OA, right? Yeah. Since it's OA, it can't be only that place there. So let me erase that. So for us to get that OA now, we're going to do tan theta. We're going to do tan theta is equal to opposite, which is going to be 24, all over the adjacent, which is 7.4. Yeah. Opposite, see it here. This is the angle we're looking for. This is opposite, this is adjacent here. Opposite is here. Here is adjacent. So opposite of adjacent is tan. That is the angle I'm looking at. So from here, you are going to do tan theta is equal to 24 divided by 7.4. That will give us 3 points. That will give us 3.2432. So theta is equal to tan inverse 3 of this 3 points. No, it can't be 3.3. Oh yeah, it's 3 points. Tan inverse of 3.2432. So you do tan inverse of that, that will give us 72.8. So this is the angle we're having, 72.8. This is the angle OA makes to the horizontal.
Mathematics is more than numbers. It's the language of logic, problem solving, and precision. At Ajiro Tech Tutoring, we make math make sense. From algebra and geometry to statistics and calculus, vectors, and all. Our expert tutors bring clarity and confidence to every topic. We specialize in all major exam boards, AQA, EdExcel, and Cambridge International, helping students prepare effectively for their GCSE, IGCSE, and A-level exam. Each lesson is personalized, interactive, and focused on building understanding that lasts. And now, we're proud to be officially registered right here in England, UK, offering you trusted, high quality online tutoring that meets British educational standard. Because when students understand the why behind the numbers, success becomes inevitable. Begin your journey today at ajirotech.com or message our sales team info@ajirotech.com or ajirotech@gmail.com. Ajiro Tech Tutoring, where understanding leads to excellence.
So we also have another question here, which is this. We also have another question here, which is this. Now, from this one here, you have to be extremely careful with whatever you are going to get at this point here. Is that take it off? So if we get this one now, we're going to look at it and see what we will have. So from here, look at this one now. From this point to this point. You know, we have two first from here. We have the smaller one on top and this big and the bigger one. So the height of the first one is 16 cm. So if you look at this now, it is from this place here, and if you look at the height there is 24. So if I want to get that small one now, we just do 24 minus 16, and 24 minus 16 will give us 8. Will give us 8. So I have my 8 there. Is that taken on? So I have here as 8. Okay. So for me to have other things there, you need to look for your S first, volume of the first drum. Now, the first thing it is, what is the formula for even volume of the first drum? I'm coming. So the formula for the volume of the first drum is this, is equal to volume. Let me put it. I'm coming, please. I'm coming. So the formula for the volume of pyramid. Let me start from a volume of pyramid first. Because the pyramid, volume of the pyramid is equal to 1/2 base area times height. So 1/2 base area, 1/2 base area times it by the height. So this is the formula. So I think let me get the base of this one, of the smaller first string. So the base, I can call it S. So for me to get the S now, I have S over 10.5. I will use this in the similar triangle there. Then we'll now have 8 over the height there, which is 24. The total height is 24. So if you cross multiply now, we are going to have 24S is equals to 10.5. 10.5 times 8. That is 84. So divide this out by 24 by 24. This one will cancel this. So your S is equals to 84 divided by 24. That will give us 3.5. So the base of it now is what? Is 3.5 there. So if we do that now, the formula for it is what? volume of frustum. Volume of frustum, that will be equal to volume. It will be volume. Let me put it this way. It will be volume of a larger pyramid minus volume of smaller pyramid. So this is what I'll use. So volume of the larger pyramid, now I can just use this now. So which is going to be 1 over 2 bracket 10.5 all squared. Base area is a square, so that is why it's square there, times the height, which is 24, minus 1 over 2, base area of that is 3.5 squared, times it by the height. The height there is 8, which is that 8 we got right there. So from here, you do, we're going to have 2 here, 1, 2 here is 1 to 12. So it will be 10.5 squared times 12 minus 2 here, 1, 2 here is 4. That will be 3.5 squared times 4. So from here, we're going to have 10.5 square, 10.5 square. That will give us 110.25. Yeah, times it by 12. Okay, let's do it at once, please. We don't really have enough this thing here, so let's do it at once. So from here, 10.5 square times it by 12 minus 3.5 square times it by 4. That will give us 1274. So I have everything here as my own. I have 1274. Okay, let's check again, please. Let's check again, please. 10.5 square. 10.5 square. Okay, 10.5 square times it by 12. This one will give us something. This one will give us an answer 1323 minus 3.5 square times it by 4. That will give us 49. That will give us 49. So if you do that, 1323 minus 49, that is 127. Actually, I just noticed that now volume of the pyramid is supposed to be 1 over 3, not 1 over 2. So I'm coming. Let me erase that part. I'm coming, sir. Is this is it here? I'm coming. Is 1 over 3, not 1 over 2. A moment, sir. So this is what I was saying here. That is a volume of the larger one, right? So which is supposed to be 1 over 3. So it's 1 over 3 times it by 10.5 square times it by the height of the first one is 24 minus 1 over 3 times it by 10.5. No, this is 3.5. So we have 3.5 square times it by the height of it, which is 8. If you do this, this is 1 over 3 here. 1 over 3 times it by 10.5 square times it by 24 minus it again 1 over 3 times it by 3.5 square times it by 8. So I have this answer now. So which is equal to 849.3333. Are you there now, sir? Hello? So this is what you have. Is the formula is supposed to be 1 over 3. Not so from here, you have 16 this now. So I can say okay, 4 square will give me 16, right? All right. 5m all over 4 here is equal to 4 raised to the power of 3 will give us 64. That is 2m here. So I'm going to get 4 raised to the power of 10m, 10n, I mean, yeah, m. 10m all over 4. And remember, this one is raised to the power of 1. So that will be 4 raised to the power of 3 times 2 is 6n. So this is indices here. I'm going to have 4 raised to the power of 10m minus 1. That is division law. So 4 raised to the power of 6n. This one we cancel this. So we are going to have 10m minus 1 is equal to 6n. So from this guy here, we are going to have an answer 10m is equal to 6n plus 1. That is, transfer this one to this place when it is going to be plus 1. So we are going to have 10m is equal to 6. Okay, we can just divide both sides there. Because since they say you should write it in terms of n there. So let's just do that first here. That will be, we'll divide this out by 10. By 10, this one will cancel this. So your m is equal to 6n plus 1 all over 10. So this will give us the answer we have. So finally, we are going to look at this and see what we need to do about that now. Now for this, it says V is 50. Correct to the nearest 10. Is that taken? Correct to that nearest 10, I think will give us 10 over 2, which is something like 5. Yeah. This one now, R is 13. Correct to the nearest, yeah. I think as you have 1 over 2, which is equal to 0.5. So just have this first. We're going to look at them more again. Now, if you look at V, for V, upper bound now is, I think, to give 50 plus 5. You can see that 5 here. And 50 plus 5 is 55. Lower bound is 50 minus 5, which is 45. Then let's get the range. For the range now, you are going to look at which is 13. So 13 plus 0.5. Excuse me, I need to redo this. So for this now, we're going to have for the range, which is 13. So we have 13 plus 0.5. 13 plus 0.5 will give us 13.5. Then if it is 13.5 now, the other one now will be 13 minus 0.5. 13 minus 0.5 will give us 12.5. Yes. So when you minus it. So what does it? It says upper bound I. So that is upper bound UB. Upper bound. So upper bound. Now the upper bound, I think we use the formula which is V upper bound all over R lower bound. Now V upper bound now will give us 55. All over R lower bound. Where is the lower bound here? Is what? 12.5. This is the upper bound. This is the lower bound. So from here, you are going to have this, which is 55 divided by 12.5. So when you divide that, it will give you 4.4. So 4.4, which will give us the upper bound of I. upper bound of what? Of I. So this is how you solve this kind of questions. And with this now, we have come to the end of today's class.